What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Apex Legends video. Today is all about Mirage, the holographic trickster who received huge buffs for Season 5. Passive got huge buffs, Tactical got huge buffs and new features, Ultimate got new buffs. It's like we got 2 new legends for the season instead of just 1. But really quick, before we get into that video, if you guys want to stay up to date on all the fun stuff coming for Apex Legends in Season 5, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you can stay up to date on everything Apex, especially with the all-new season quests that are going to be releasing every week, and I can't wait to share that new stuff with you guys. But on to Mirage, who is basically brand new legend. The passive ability, you might recall, was almost totally useless. In the past, the passive only activated when you got knocked down. It made you stealth for a few seconds and left behind a holographic image of yourself. Probably one of the most useless passives in the game, only effective if you got knocked down and did nothing else for you for the rest of the game, or your team for that matter. But now actually has a huge amount of effectiveness. When you are using your res, you will go completely stealth. That's right, 100% stealth, both you and the person that you are resurrecting. This also is affected when you're doing a respawn beacon. When you're respawning your team members at a beacon, you go completely stealth, just like the ultimate used to. The ultimate does not make you stealth anymore. It does have a totally new feature to it that I'll get to in a moment, but the passive is actually useful to the rest of your team. The tactical is still the bamboozle, and you can still use it in the classic way. Just shoot the bamboozle one way and you go the opposite way. But it now has a completely new puppet feature. When you shoot out your tactical holographic image, you can now take control of that Mirage, and he will do exactly every single move that you do. If and when, until the point he gets shot, he ends after 60 seconds, or you release control and he starts to stand still again. And the potential for this ability is mind-boggling. You can just totally be a nuisance hanging out in open space, providing an extra distraction for your teammates. You can use it to bait enemies into shooting at you, and just like before, the tactical does give away enemy positions, and so that clued me into this Loba who just jumped on our roof, allowed me to get the heads up on her. So now you can actually make good use of this tactical ability and really create amazing bait and switches through this control capacity. One of my favorite things to do with this now is take my clone somewhere and I want to make him go in a different direction. I actually release my control, I will turn around and then take control back, and now he's doing the exact opposite of everything that I do. So I'm running one way, he's running the opposite way. When I go forward, he goes backwards. When I go backwards, he goes forwards. And so this allows me to take some serious control over this clone and really make people think I'm a totally different space than I actually am, and then even bait people into shooting that Mirage clone with how realistic it looks. The potential possibilities for the use of this new control of the clone are limitless. You can place that clone out and have it just stand guard for you, waiting, standing still. You can go around, do a whole bunch of looting. You can come back to that clone and then retake control of it and then keep going. They last up to 60 seconds, which is a huge amount of time in Apex Legends. I've used these guys to peek around corners to try and see if I can bait people into shooting me from there, or you can even bait people into thinking you're looting care packages. You send clone out, you turn them towards the package, boom, they think you are trying to loot that care package. You can even be a total troll and leave that Mirage out in open space and just kind of like bait people into shooting at you for no reason whatsoever. You can even grab your decoys when you're down. If you already have a decoy that existed in the world before you got knocked down, you can use that as a distraction, which could be just enough of what you need to let a teammate get the res on you. Now, moving on, we have finally a completely new ultimate. It no longer makes you totally stealth like I said before. You get a fraction of a second of stealth. But what it does do is send out a group of clone decoys all doing the exact same thing you do in all directions. And just like your regular decoys, they give away the enemy positions when they are shot at. And this is a super useful technique, and actually a little bit more consistent with Mirage's namesake as the holographic trickster. He's not known as the stealth ninja, he's known as the holographic trickster. So use these holograms to help get yourself out of sticky situations and sow confusion among your enemies. This is one I haven't actually been using enough. It only takes 60 seconds to charge. 1 minute. That's the as long as one of your Mirage clones lasts out in space. So you should be using this ability as often as you can, and especially with how much these clones mimic your abilities now, it's very, very difficult to tell which one is the real clone unless you're paying close attention to what's going on in the game. It's gonna be so easy to bamboozle people now. I cannot believe the amount of change that went into this pretty much total week work for Mirage, which gives me hope that other legends might also be receiving reworks as well. Lifeline. That's one of my favorite things that the developers have done with this game, is they've gone out of their way to take weaker legends and buff them, instead of taking stronger legends and nerfing them until they are no longer fun to use. So I can't wait to see what other kind of legend reworks we might see coming to Apex. And I'm also really excited for the season quest, so if you want to stay up to date on all that stuff, once again, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. If you like this video, drop a like. And if you want to see more Apex Legends tips and tricks, you'll see that playlist on your screen right now. Give it a click. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Now I'm out.